Divination has been done even before Buddhism existed. Shamans would throw bones on the floor, invoke fire gods, and tell divination they can tell you clearly. Divination didn't originate from Buddhism. Divination didn't originate from the Lamas. Divination didn't arise from India. Divination arose in every culture in the world. People who have specific psychic abilities and develop it. And they can use bones, they can use trees, they can slaughter animals and look at the blood. Divination is done all over the world. In fact, divinations are very famous in Greece in the Delphic Oracle, where the pitfalls, the lady seers, will look into a bowl of water to tell you the future. So divinations do not arise from the Lamas. Divinations do not arise from India. They do not arise from one country. Every country has had that around the world. But the difference is in India, for the great masters like Nagarjuna or that who did divination, their source of divination is different. Their source comes from either Tara or one of the Dharma protectors who has, okay, this is very important, who has unlimited, unobstructed clairvoyance. So that means if you ask the divination of a Lama who practices a deity such as one of the Dharma protectors who are enlightened, or like Manjushri, when they give you advice for divination, it will definitely be different than if you ask a medium or oracle or shaman. It will be definitely different. Always. In fact, I've heard that. They'll say, oh, but I went to this bone, they say like that, what? And then you say like that. Or I heard that Lama say like that. I say, yes, it's definitely different. Why is it different? Because, and they're both right. How can that be right? Because the bomos, the deities that they practice, and the ghosts and spirits that they practice, or the deceased, whatever they practice, has clairvoyance. But the clairvoyance is up to a certain point, so they can't see beyond that. So they'll give you the answer from here to here, but what you do from here to here might affect you here and you don't know it. When you ask for divination of an enlightened being, you ask the question, they give you the answer from here to the end. So they tell you something to do, they might tell you something to do now, but it won't affect you here, it'll affect you here, which the Bomo cannot see. And when they ask you to do something here, it will solve the problems here more gently, and then further problems will not arise if you engage in that action. So definitely if you ask a person who does divinations, dependent on spirits and ghosts and bomos and mediums, it's quite dangerous. Why? Immediately it might have effect, but long term is worse effect. Worse because why? It's not that the ghosts and demons and the gods have bad motivation. That's all they know. Sometimes parents raise their kids wrong. Some cases, rare cases, not because they don't love the child. That's all they know. They don't know anymore. They don't know anymore. They can't teach anymore. So like that, when you ask mediums in temples, I promise you, most of the time it's not Guan Yin and Zai Kong coming in. I'm sorry, it's not. I have reasons for that. There's ways to check most of the time. And for most of us who don't know all that, the minute they say that and they look good, they can chew on a blade, they can cut themselves, they don't die, whatever, they can pee and the pee goes 50 feet into the air, whatever, I don't know. And you're so impressed, like, wow, spirits all can do that. Spirits can follow you all over the world, they don't need a passport, and they don't need a visa, they don't need an airplane ticket, they can follow you all over the world, wow. Ghosts can follow you all over the world, anywhere. Why are you so impressed? So of course a ghost or a spirit can pretend on Kuan Yin because they look at you, they know you don't know if they're Kuan Yin or not. Since you can't check, they tell you, you have to believe. So they tell you something nice and simple. They tell you something nice and simple and it works. You're like, oh, Kuan Yin, Kuan Yin, Kuan Yin, Kuan Yin. Because you don't know any better. And some of these Kuan Yin smoke big sticky buds and drink a lot of beer. What kind of Kuan Yin is that? Kuan Yin don't smoke sticky buds. The minute they come, I never saw Kuan Yin that smokes sticky buds and drink beer. But I'm Kuan Yin one. And their advice, if you don't know any better, will match what's happening and will give you immediate relief. Very fast. In fact, faster than divinations by lamas because they give you immediate relief. They don't cure the problem, just the symptom. So you have to be aware of that. Why do I know that? You think, oh, I'm just a Tibetan Lama trying to promote Tibetan divination so we get a lot of money. No. We have that in our own country. People who practice shamanistic practices, devil practices, all types of evil practices, they do divination. They're very accurate. Then 1 year, it's fine. 5-6 years down the line, they come back. The problem even bigger. They have to go consult the High Rinpoche. And we hear this from the High Rinpoches. Hi. So if you think I'm trying to promote this, I'm not. Let me make it clear, I hate divinations. I hate it because it never stops, it never ends. Some people want 20, 30, 40, very greedy, they don't follow, you look at them and go, oh. The minute you see them, you think their middle name Divination what? So what happens is, it's very disappointing to do it and they don't follow. Because it hurts to see them suffer. And you know you can do something and you can tell them what to do. They don't follow, they suffer. Of course you feel hurt. So I don't like divinations. I don't like it because if people follow, why not? So that's my case. So if you're going to follow divinations that are given to you by a deity, a god, a medium, a ghost, a spirit, any of these type of beings, remember something, they're not Buddhas. They have anger, hatred, desire. They have many qualities. Look, listen carefully and think. You guys are smart. The fact that a ghost is because they were miserly and they died and they became a ghost. That's why they're a ghost. So they can tell you things through magic or through fire or through whatever, through a bomo. Don't you think their information is going to be a little bit difficult? Do you know why a ghost can tell you things? Because they can travel at the speed of thought, not light. So if you take rebirth as a spirit being, this is in the scriptures by the way, if you take rebirth as a spirit being, you can travel at the speed of thought. So if you think, oh, I'm in America, New York City, on 22nd Street, you're there immediately. The minute you think it, you're there. So you can look at what's happening and come and tell the person it's like that, like that, like that. Yes, that's an amazing ability, but that's all. So if you go to the bowl and say, hey, you know, is my wife in America, you know, selling cotton candy or is she selling popcorn? Because she told me she's selling cotton candy. I want to check what she's selling. So the medium, smoke a sticky bud. He immediately travels to America, take a look, and she's selling popcorn. Then you call up your friend who's looking at her through the window. Yeah, selling popcorn one. You go, wow, Kuan Yin, fabulous, wonderful. You build big temples, Kuan Yin, you give her knives so she can cut her tongue, you know, Kuan Yin what? Zai Gong what? So you don't know because you haven't studied the scriptures to know how spirits operate and how they function. This is taught by Lord Buddha to protect us, to help us. So since you don't know, of course to you it's very impressive. To me it's very impressive, I don't know. But if you know, you're not impressed, in fact, you can check. I have come to mediums and oracles. I don't wear any special uniform. I don't wear anything, nothing. And I stand right there, I look at them, they immediately stand up and come and say hello to me. They don't even know how to address me, but I don't know. Out of the crowd, they pick me out. I know they know who I am. I've come across mediums, I stand right there, I look at them, they don't know what's going on. They're smoking their ciggy butts. I can check. Even the Tibetan mediums. If I show up, if there's a huge crowd, I'm not even wearing my robes, nothing, I just show up. Immediately the oracle will stand up with a deity and say, come and offer me a kata and ask me, Rinpoche, what are you doing? Nobody told them. I've seen this happen many times. To me. So my point is, the divinations that you consult with the higher level beings will always be different than the lower level beings because of the way they can see things into the future. Please understand that it's very important for all of you who like all these things, that they can see permanently into the future. So if Joanne Pan says to me, oh, you know, because she's very rich, you know, Joanne Pan wants to buy a huge condo somewhere in Bangsa, right? And then she comes to a medium there, and then the medium, Kuan Yin, Zai Gong, and the whole, everybody takes over and tells her, buy, very good, buy, very good. Maybe their power can see 10 years into the future. Then she buys, she lived in happy, maybe on the 11th year, it collapses. You know, that happened in Bangsa, you guys know. Or some earthquake or something. Then Joanne's like, for 10 years, wonderful what? So she goes to see a Lama. Let's pretend the Lama's name is His Eminence, His fabulous, wonderful, gorgeous Tsem Rinpoche. And His Eminence, fabulous, gorgeous, beautiful Tsem Rinpoche tells her, no, don't buy. Not good. Don't buy. It's not going to be good. Then the medium says do it. Because maybe in Tsem Rinpoche, he don't have clairvoyance, but his deity tell him, no, it's not good in the long run. It'll say good, bad. Then I tell, then she goes, nothing. She talked to the contractor, she talked to the people who build, she talked to the, I don't know, what's those people who start all those buildings? Developers, they thought everything fine, she did everything okay. The procedure goes now very smooth, she buys the house, she moves to Bangsa, she's jumping up and down naked on her waterbed, happy. I got a new apartment, right? She's jumping up and down, happy, eating popcorn. And then for the next 2-3 years, she says, I got this terminology crazy. I'm happy, everything good, Everything fabulous, wow. Then 8, 9 years, don't go tell him, he's crazy. He don't know, he always tell me wrong thing, one opposite, don't come out through. Then on the 11th year, tell him she's jumping up and down naked on his water bed, go, I told you, eating popcorn. And then he goes and says, I'm dead. That, I'm giving you an example of how mediums and divinations work. That's why to some people, it's wrong. Some people it doesn't work. Up to you. Up to you. If you say my divination is wrong, most of you don't. It doesn't bother me one bit. It doesn't affect me one bit. If someone tells me my Dharma teaching is wrong, I'll be affected. Why? That can affect you. And I need to go and study up something I'm not sure. That'll affect me. You tell me my divination is wrong, actually, I don't want to be bitchy, but I'll be happy. Tell people. Why can't I don't get disturbed? It doesn't bother me at all. You don't come to me with divination, your little ang pao, $5. Keep it. Keep your $5, your $10 la. I don't need your little cheap ang pao to do so many divination and make my head get a headache. I don't need. It doesn't bother me. It doesn't insult me at all. Because I have never said I have powers. I have never said I'm clairvoyant. It doesn't bother me. Not at all. If you say my Dharma teaching, then I'm worried. That's more important to me. So, then if you don't believe and trust any Lama, not just me, don't ask for divination. And then some people ask this Lama, it comes out different. Why? The deities they contact with Manjushri. So what's the difference now? The difference is each Lama has a different method and a different approach. Some Lamas will tell you from here to the bathroom, do divination, they say go this way. Some will tell you go this way, go this way. So what you see along the way, if you go this way, you see Tara on the way there. If you go this way, you'll see a pillar. If you go all the way on the other side, you'll see the bulletin board. So what they see on this side, Tara, what they see on that side doesn't match. They say, that Lama said like that, this Lama said like that. Yes! Because you know why I know that? I did that before. I went to a few Lamas and asked divination, came out all the opposite, and I was like, oh, how? Then I ended up going to the first Lama and telling him, you know what, I didn't trust you, so I went to the second one, and I asked, and they laughed and laughed and laughed and laughed and laughed so hard. They say, so pick. I said, I can't pick, please do it one more time. They do, and I follow. That happened to me. So you may think several high Lamas may do divinations, it'll be different. Why? Their approach to get your objective will be different. Since their approach is different, like when you go to the toilet this way or that way, what you see on the way is different. So both person is being told to go to the bathroom 3 different ways. These 3 people get together and they say, this Lama is crazy. Well, okay, 3 Lamas give you 3 directions. One Lama says this way, one Lama says this way, another Lama says this way. Lama A says this way. So Lama A disciple talks to Lama C and B disciple. They say, hey, we all got to the bathroom, I saw Tara, I saw Pillar, I saw Bulletin Board. How come? Whose Lama is better? Then you start comparing and talking. Ridiculous. You're going to follow divination, you follow one Lama. You're going to follow one divination, you do all the way. If you don't believe, don't ask. Because when you don't ask for divination, your Lama is very, very happy. When you don't ask for divination, your Lama jumping up and down, no clothes on a water bed. Your Lama go to sleep peaceful. And if your Lama has visions of Tara and Protector coming and disturbing him to give you message, if you don't believe in the message, please, the Lama rejoice. Then no more vision, he can sleep. You don't hurt the Lama at all. Why? The Lama doesn't make any money from his divinations. He doesn't charge. If you want divination, any Tibetan Lama will be very happy to help you. And remember, I explained earlier how much difficulties they go through to do divination to help you. How much they have to endure and suffer. You don't see all that. You just see the throne and you see the box and you see the dice and like, wow. No. That's why any Tibetan Lama, I've heard so many of my Tibetan Lama's friends come and they tell me they saw this, they saw that, this person sees, this person can have this vision and stuff. The Lamas don't feel bad. They understand totally what you're talking about. But they feel sorry for you because why? There's a higher form of practice. Much, much higher. Much, much higher. That's what I mean. The more we listen to Dharma, the more knowledge we get. Even very new people. This session is a little long, I'm sorry, but you get so much knowledge. You understand more. Next time you see a medium, next time you see a Bomo, next time you see a Lama, you know the difference. Even if you get different divinations, you know the difference. You know how to check, you know how to look. It's knowledge. Because all of us, at one time or another, will have some difficulty in our life and will need some supernatural help. Some kind of divinity. We'll need. So if we have this knowledge, never mind the Bomo trick you for money. Forget about all that. If you go the wrong way, it'll cost you more in life, in time, and energy in the end. So divinations are designed to help you overcome that and save you from time and energy. Save you. That's all it's about. It's from compassion, said in compassion, given to you in compassion, and hopefully you get results that end in compassion. That is all. Nothing more. So if people like it and they find it beneficial, good. If they don't find it beneficial, trust me, it doesn't affect anyone. You can ask any Tibetan Lama and say, oh, you don't do divination anymore. Will you be sad about it? No problem at all. No problem. No problem. And I've come across divinations from Lamas that came out totally opposite of what they said. Totally. But a few years later, I realized it's not. Totally opposite. I had one Lama tell me I should go to Nepal and get my chop or whatever there. I have another Lama saying go Delhi. I'm like, oh my God, which one? Which one? I find out later. It's something else. That's kind of private. But definitely they have their reasons. They have their reasons that you may not understand. And if you want to do it, remember the qualifications. You have to remember, qualified meaning you go through at least the procedures, the retreats. That's very important. So if anyone around here without the retreats doing divinations and all that stuff, it will send a bad message. It will send a very bad message. Very, very bad message. It's not very good. It could be harmful to people. So I always discourage it. And you know, if you go to the bookstores now, you'll see divination things being sold. More. On Manjushri, you know, people just recite this mantra and they throw the dice down. That is not for people just to grab it and start doing it. That is for you that it is assumed you've done the retreats, initiation, and the practices. It is assumed. Simply going to MPH or Buddhist bookstore and buying a divination text and going home and guess what? Instant Lama time. No. Even someone so stupid like me, not qualified, have to go through so much procedures and maintain it all the time to benefit others. The only reason is to benefit others. There's no other reason.